Hey everyone, this is Demari. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And today I'm doing the April 2020 monthly tarot reading for the sign of Cancer. Now, just to let you know, it is a general reading, so it's not going to apply to each and every one of you. However, you can check out your placements for your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mars sign in regards to your natal chart. So have a look at the zodiac signs that correspond with that, and check out the titles of these videos to see which one resonates with you most at this time. Just to let you know, I'll be using a Celtic cross style spread, using the Waite tarot deck and clarifying with the intuitive. Okay, so I'm just going to get stuck in and get the layout for you here and see what April has in store for you, Cancer. So, yeah, interesting time we're all living in, so I'm quite curious about the energies that will be pulled for you, particularly as being a water sign, you guys are quite sensitive to changing energies and the emotions of others as well as yourselves. I should know, I have a sun, my sun sign is in Cancer also, so that definitely resonates for me also. So yeah, I'm quite curious to see what you get. Okay, alright. So, in regards to your present circumstances, you have the Eight of Cups, okay, water. So this is talking about you walking away from a situation that no longer serves you, Cancer, okay? So there may be someone or something in particular that comes to mind when you hear this. I think for those of you who this reading is for, you'll know what that is almost instantly. If not, then it will become very much apparent throughout the reading, okay? There is something that you are clearly going away from, meditating on, taking this time to reflect and, you know, really think about what it is that's going to better serve you. But I feel like you are definitely leaving a situation behind that doesn't give you the emotional fulfillment that it once did or you hoped that it would. Okay. So, crossing the situation at this time in regards to the challenge of this situation, you have the Page of Cups, more water energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So yeah, this is it. It's like, I know what I deserve. I know what I'm willing to give. Therefore, I'm only accepting what will match my energy in all things, right? Not just in regards to a romantic relationship, but also our connections with family members, friends, the things that we engage in our day-to-day lives. You know, we only want to invest our time and energy into that which is emotionally fulfilling, which is aligned with what we're willing to give in return, right? So that's why I feel like you're kind of realizing and what you're choosing to move towards, right? As much as you're walking away from a situation, you're walking towards something else. So this is what I feel like. I feel like you're walking towards this energy, right? Someone who will give you that emotional fulfillment, something that will give you that emotional fulfillment, as well as walking towards yourself, even this part of yourself. So interesting. So yeah, you're being asked to do that, to focus on what really brings you joy, what really brings you happiness, you know. And the kind of people who are willing to be vulnerable with you, to be honest, to share their true feelings on the matter and how they feel about you as a whole, right? So yeah, that's kind of what you're being asked to do, and I feel like that's what you're going to do, Cancer. You're not willing to engage in situations or with people who don't show up with that energy, right? At least that energy. Okay. So in regards to your feelings, you have the Star in reverse, Aquarius energy. I think you know that I think you know what it is that you want, but you feel like you're not sure how to obtain it. I think you're starting to gain a new vision as to what this happiness means for you now, because I think that's changed. I think for a lot of you, your priorities and the things that you hold closest to your heart center has changed. So you're now having to address what it is that I actually want now, because I think I know, I have a clear indication as to what matters to me, but now I don't know what how that dream looks. You know, I'm having to restructure this vision, this dream, right, with these new parameters in mind. So I'm not really sure exactly how that looks yet in order to go after it. So you're kind of still, that's still taking shape in your mind, I feel, pretty much. And then once that becomes clearer, you'll be able to move towards it, you know, with more assertion. So in regards to what's crowning you, what's within your power to affect at this time, the energy of the reading, the Six of Wands, okay, fire energy, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So this is talking about accomplishing just that, realizing that, okay, I was in a situation that wasn't, it wasn't meeting my needs, you know. Therefore, I walked away from it in order to get the clarity that I needed to see what was lacking, what I needed, what I wanted. And now I know what it is, that what those factors are. And now I'm starting to formulate this vision clearly in my mind. Once I do that and I go after it, I'm going to get it. It's coming my way, right? Whether it takes, you know, a week, a month, or a year, either way, it's coming, right? So that's very positive, you know. That's the power of your visualization, pretty much, Cancer, right there. So in regards to your past circumstances, you have the Hierophant in reverse. So this is Taurus energy. So you could be dealing with a Taurus, possibly not. Either way, I feel like you kind of had enough of waiting things to fall into place. And you wanted to take the initiative yourself because you felt like in some way the universe was kind of taking a sidestep from this. Because it's like, you know, your better judgment, you know what's serving you, what's not, and that's something you need to truly understand, okay? Like, there's not much I can do unless you are clear in what your boundaries are, until you're clear in what it is that you actually want. So I felt like the universe kind of took a sidestep while you learned some very important lessons, particularly when it comes to relationships, okay? And, you know, there's still that karma, that karmic resolve playing out, okay? It's coming to a conclusion, I feel. So with you walking away energetically from a specific connection, that's what solidifies the end of that karmic cycle. So now that you've obtained that learning, that wisdom, you can now to move something towards something much faster that is actually aligned with your true vision, what it is that you really want from a connection, okay? Like a soul level connection, not a fleeting connection, right? In your near future, you have the Lovers in reverse, Gemini energy. So you could be leaving a Taurus for a Gemini, or vice versa, or these energies could just be the energies that are present in this reading. They could even have this in their chart somewhere, not necessarily at the forefront, but either way, I feel like you are, in the near future, you are going to be making a very clear decision. Where there may have been confusion as to whether or not a new situation you may be moving into is the right one for you, I think you're going to have your answer pretty soon, if not already, okay? By the end of the month, you're going to be very clear on what it is that you want and who it is that you want. And you're going to know what you're willing to accept and what you're not willing to accept, and you're going to make that very clear. I feel like that's going to become very clear in your mind, so then you make that clear in communicating that, right? But I feel like, yeah, any confusion you would have had surrounding a specific connection is no more, okay? You know what it is that you want, and we'll look into that more as we clarify. So in regards to your advice, you have the Five of Pentacles. So while this may be not as pleasant, or I guess, yeah, not as happy as some of the other cards on the deck, the reality is that in order to walk towards something, you usually have to leave something behind. And I feel like, you know, you may have been caught between two situations where you're releasing energies of the past in order to build for the future, right? So you may be walking away from one connection to move towards another, or you may be releasing like a past relationship completely from your energy so that you can focus more on an existing relationship. You may already been in a relationship for some time, or you might start dating if you're single currently, you know, because you're finally solidifying and closing the door on the last chapter, so you're open and available to exploring this new option. But I feel like, because the love is in reverse, I feel like this is not different possibilities, right? We might see that when we clarify, but right now I feel like there's one specific person that you're looking to build with, right? So you may just start dating this person if you're not already in a relationship or already dating. But I feel like whoever you were dealing with in the past, you're kind of leaving them behind. I feel like you feel like maybe they left you behind, but I feel like either way you're walking away from this connection now. You're walking away from, you're pulling your energy back from it, okay? So regardless of however it ended or it went down, you're pulling away from it. So in regards to your external influences at this time, so this can be places, people, circumstances, environments, you know, the external influences around you. You have the Death card in reverse, the Scorpion energy, okay? Scorpio, that's what, Scorpionic, Scorpio energy. Anyway, right, so this is talking about the fact that maybe this person, whoever you're, you know, closing the door on, right, energetically, you may have started to pull away from them already, and they're feeling it, but they're not willing to let it go as of yet. Maybe not, maybe they don't want to get back with you, but I feel like whoever this is in relation to from the past, they're not willing to close the door on it so complete, not as far as you are, okay? You're willing to just let it go completely. This person is not doing that yet, and we'll see why when we clarify, but I feel like whoever you're dealing with from the past, it may even be more than one person, but they're not willing to let it go. Or essentially, they're not willing to let you go and walk out of their lives entirely. That's what I'm seeing here, so just be aware of that. Like, even if you think the chapter's closed and everything's done and dusted, don't be surprised if this person resurfaces, is all I'm saying. Okay, and then in regards to your hopes, in regards to your fears, you have the 10 of Swords in reverse. So I think you're afraid that because of the circumstances that have been playing out over a period of time, I think for quite some time now, you feel like there's just so much that you've had to process and heal from, that you're kind of afraid that there may be more coming, that because it's just been one thing after another and you just haven't had much time to really like fully heal from anything, because you just done one thing, then the next thing, then the next thing, then the next thing, and it's just accumulated to the point where, you know, you were just kind of flattened by it, pretty much like this poor guy here, you know, and you're like, I literally can't take anymore, like I need to breathe, you know, so I can deal with this. And I think you're afraid that this isn't going to be the end of it, and that this person in particular is going to bring more pain and suffering into your life if you don't find a way to get rid of them for good. I think that's what you're afraid of. It's not that you don't have any feelings for this person, or you don't care about this person. I think you do probably care about this person still in some capacity. You might not love them in that way, or might not want to be with them. I think you do care about the person, but you're afraid that if you have them in your life in any shape or form, that they're going to bring more suffering to you, more pain, more heartache, more confusion, right? So you don't want that. But in regards to your hopes, you have the Judgment card. So you're hoping that things will work out, that somehow, you know, this situation will be taken care of for you. While you're willing to do your part, of course, and, you know, you're trying to find a way to move completely out of this space, energetically, physically, emotionally, mentally. You're hoping that the kind of like the universe will take care of the rest, and that things will get resolved and balanced, and you won't be caught in this energy anymore. Okay, and then in regards to the possible outcome, you have Strength, okay? Leo's card. So you could be dealing with a Leo, or you may have Leo in your chart. You could also have Taurus, Aquarius, Gemini, Scorpio, any of those in your chart, or this could be in the person's chart. more prominently. But yeah, I feel like either way, this situation has made you more resilient. It's made you stronger. Like I said, you've created boundaries that you may not have had before. You have an awareness of what you're willing to accept and not willing to accept. You know what matters most to you now. And you're not willing to compromise on certain key things. So whenever you come across a situation that's toxic, or there's something that's presenting itself in a way that is unsavory to you, you're just going to nip it in the bud there and then. You're not going to deal with it. You're just going to be like, nope, this is a nope for me. And you're just going to leave the situation. If anyone tries to, overshadow you in some way, like try and assert their dominance over you, right? Try and manipulate you or control you, you're not going to have it, right? You're going to kick them to the curb and you're going to put them in their place, okay? It's made you so strong as a result of this situation. So while it has been painful and there's been a lot of emotions that you've had to process, a lot of thoughts as well, it's been very much necessary for your growth, okay? You've grown a lot emotionally from this connection, so it's served its purpose. You may have had even a karmic debt that needed to be paid. You may have had a karmic contract with this individual, which is now coming to a close, right? There's a number of different situations reasons why this can arise. But it's definitely, I feel like this situation is definitely karmic in some way, and that it was necessary for your progression, okay? That you have grown so much emotionally from this experience. So it's not all bad, Cancer, I'm telling you. And like I said, you're walking away. You've found your voice again. You've found, you've really understood your worth. I think you knew you were worth your worth, but you truly understand your value at this time. And you're just not willing to compromise on certain key things, in areas where you really shouldn't compromise. In a relationship, there are always compromises, but only when it comes to, the details. But when it comes to key principles and the ingredients that are needed to make a good relationship, to make a non-toxic, very balanced, healthy relationship, then no, you shouldn't be willing to negotiate on that. Not at all. So that's what I see here. You're not doing that anymore. You're not willing to compromise to appease anyone's egos, to make them feel like they have control, or make them feel like, they're the most important thing in your life or whatever. Like, you're not doing any of that shit anymore, which is good, okay? So if you were doing any of that, even unconsciously, it's good that you're taking control back over the situation, right? Because it's your life, you decide who's in it and who's not. Okay. So let's get into the clarification then. So in regards to the 8 of Cups here in your present circumstances, you have the 8 of Cups again. Wow, like literally walking away. And the 8 of Swords in reverse. Triple eights, okay? That's a significant number. I think that tells me a change in fortune, right? Something significant changing. By changing the way you look and approach this situation, it's going to have a massive change in your fortune, your circumstances, where you felt lack, where you felt like you didn't get what you deserve. You're going to start to receive it, okay, from a different connection, I feel. So yeah, all of that, triple eights, right? That's insane. And 2 of them are exactly the same, the 8 of Cups, right? So that's powerful, man. That tells you that your situation is changing drastically. That you walking away emotionally and energetically from this person was the best thing you could have done for yourself. Because whoever this was, they weren't bringing you anything. Not really. And by choosing to leave that behind, not choosing to be like a prisoner to this situation, keeping yourself trapped because of some energetic ties that you had with this person, by refusing to stay in this energy and to move away towards something more fulfilling, you're going to reap the benefits massively from now. You're going to see a lot of changes in your life. You're going to see movement again, right? So really, really positive, really proud of you as well, Cancer. It's not an easy step for us, I can tell you. So really proud for you guys who are doing that. Like, that's awesome, okay? That shows that you've leveled up, I'm telling you. Okay, in regards to your challenge, the Page of Cups here, what's crossing that situation you have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, so earth energy, and you have the Queen of Swords, air energy, okay? So we've got Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus, Libra, Aquarius, and who am I missing? Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. There we go. So, yeah, interesting. Because you know what you're deserving of, because you're being asked to, you know, rather than focus on what was not given by someone that you really invested a lot of emotional, like, well, I guess a lot of yourself in, you know, in terms of what you were giving emotionally, what you were giving mentally, what you were giving energetically to the connection. There may be someone, like I said, that's you're already with, or that you're dating, or that's coming into your life very, very soon, that, you know, is actually prepared to give you more than what this person was offering. Because I feel like, you know, while they were giving you something, it wasn't enough. It wasn't gonna keep you fulfilled, right? And the challenge here is to really not compromise on your boundaries again. It's like, okay, you've learned the hard way from your experiences. So now let's see how you do in your next situation. Are you going to fall into old habits, you know, because you have this vision and you want to make it happen at any cost? Or are you going to be wise to the situation and make it clear what it is that you want from the beginning? Set clear boundaries, okay, within this relationship, this new beginning with this new person, right? I know you're going to draw upon your experience so you don't find yourself ignoring the same red flags that you did previously. You are going to be tested, that's the fact, right? That just because you might find yourself in a new situation with someone who's going to give you much more emotional fulfillment, it doesn't mean there aren't going to be challenges, there aren't going to be tests, right? Where you have to put into practice what you've learned from previous situations, right? So just be aware of them. So clarifying your recent past, the Hierophant in reverse here. You have the Nine of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. So yeah, it was your time really to really get to the heart of the matter as to what it is this represents to you, right? What is the Nine of Cups? What is your emotional bliss, right? So this situation made you see what really you wanted, because you may have thought you wanted one thing and it actually took another form. So it became very clear as a result what it is that you want. And through that, you know, you were able to start taking steps towards, you know, aligning yourself with those energies. Because like I said, the universe is not going to do shit until you're clear on what it is that you want, until you exercise, you know, control, you know, that you step up and say, no, I'm not doing this, I'm not accepting this. This is what I want, this is what I'm going after, this is where I'm putting my time and energy into, right? So once you started doing that, that's when things started to change, I feel. That's when the universe was able to intervene on some level. But until you came to that point, it wasn't able to do so. You had to learn this lesson first, right? So in regards to the lovers in reverse in the near future, you have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, so more earth energy. You also have the Ace of Swords, L, and the Ten of Swords, okay? That's really interesting. So yeah, I feel like in the near future, over this coming period, you may realize where there's key areas within yourself that needs healing still. I feel like that's going to change, of course. You know, you're coming to the end of that period as well. Because through this you've been going through a massive healing journey as well. But I feel like the healing is still taking place even while you walk away completely from this connection, of course. But I think it will address the parts within yourself that you feel are fragmented, that are not quite where they should be, where you might second guess your potential, particularly when it comes to what you can manifest in your life. Maybe you're not feeling as abundant as you would like to, or maybe you feel like, you know, within this new connection, you know, is it possible to be abundant? Because maybe you're seeing abundance, you know, in this new person where you may have saw lack in a previous person, and that's making you question your abundance at this time, which is ridiculous. Because, okay, even if, say, the person is making more money than you, or appears more stable, or has a nicer home, or whatever it is, that doesn't make your worth any less, okay? Whatever it is that you're feeling like you may not be bringing to the table, or maybe because you've been through a lot of pain, you've had a lot of experiences in your life, you're scared that, you know, this person will see your scars and they won't see the real you, and they'll only see the broken parts of you. But that's nonsense. The reason this person is gravitating towards you, I don't know if you guys heard that, but that was another helicopter. We've had 2 circulate the area today. But anyway, so yeah, I feel like you're really questioning how this person sees you. Do they see you as having it together, being grounded, abundant, you know, able to get their life in order, able to manifest, you know, positive things, you know, having their finances in check, all the rest of it? But, you know, I think you're going to communicate these concerns that you have, and they're going to put your fears to rest. That's what I feel like. I feel like a lot of this is just part of the process, part of the healing process, you know. So your concerns, your fears will come to the surface to be healed. Excuse me. And I feel like this person, whoever it is, when you discuss this with them, they'll totally understand. And they will stand by you, and actually they'll, you know, tell you the truth, that actually that doesn't make you any less than, it doesn't make you broken, it makes you human. And actually, it just gives you more depth to your character. The fact that you have been through all this, the fact that you have this awareness. Okay? So, there you are. Nothing to worry about on that front. In regards to your feelings, you have the Star in reverse, Aquarius energy, as we said, which is clarified by the King of Wands, so fire energy, and the Ace of Wands in reverse. So yeah, you could have been dealing with a fire sign, like I said, possibly a Leo. Maybe not. Maybe they have fire in their chart somewhere. But yeah, I think maybe at one point you felt like this person was the one for you. Like you really wanted to invest in this connection, because in your mind, they were the King of Wands. They were very charming, very passionate, very alluring, you know, attractive. Probably very seductive, very good at talking, good communicators, very good at expressing themselves, you know, in a more seductive tone, I imagine, rather than emotionally. You know, they seem to have it all together, right? Like, at least on that front. But they didn't give you the new beginning, this passionate new beginning into something more stable. Right? You was thinking that maybe you wanted the same thing, but in reality, I think you didn't. I think you both wanted very different things. And when that became apparent, you realized that this person wasn't necessarily the one for you. And that's why things fell apart, because ultimately you were on different frequencies, right? You thought that you wanted the same thing and you were going in tandem, but it actually didn't. You wanted 2 completely different things. And that's why you just couldn't get this new beginning to take off, right, with this person, because they were not in it with you, essentially. They wanted something else entirely different. That's just what I'm seeing here. So in regards to what's crowning you, the 6 of Wands here, you have the strength card again. So yeah, very well could be a Leo. I'm telling you, this is coming up strongly. So for some of you, definitely dealing with a Leo in some capacity. You have the moon card as well though, so you could be a Pisces, right? You could be dealing with a Pisces. But either way, I feel like, yeah, all of this was part of your making, you know. It made you realize the parts that were, the things that were hidden, right? The things that were not coming to your awareness because either you were choosing to ignore it or because, you know, you just didn't have all the facts yet. There were some things that just weren't in your awareness yet, but I feel like that's changing now, right? There's certain things that are coming to light, that are being shone on, right? That are helping you to grow as a person, helping you to gain strength, to become stronger. And to see where you thought you were lacking is actually where you're strongest, right? You thought that you were vulnerable and weak, and actually you are incredibly resilient and strong. So it's seeing it from a new perspective, realizing the truth on the matter. That what you thought about yourself previously was false. It was an illusionary, right? It wasn't real. And now you're starting to see actually that you are abundant, that you are strong, and that you're very much capable and deserving, right? Deserving of good things. That's what you need to be aware of, Cancer. Okay? So, in regards to your advice, the Five of Pentacles here, you have the Five of Wands in reverse, clarified by the Six of Swords. So, yeah. Yeah, there's nothing to get riled over anymore. There's nothing to get caught up in your head over anymore. There's nothing to fight yourself on anymore. Because I feel like this is you just like done with the inner chatter and conflict, you know, weighing everything up and thinking of all the possible scenarios and wondering if you're making the right decision and, you know, fighting against yourself essentially. I feel like you're done with that. I feel like you kind of just like, rather than fleeing the situation, you're just kind of sidestepping. You're just like, no, I'm just done with all of this now. That's what you need to do, right? I feel like this is what you're going to do, but this is what you're being told to do also, that you're just kind of, rather than making a grand gesture of, I'm leaving, I'm gone, you will never see me again. Rather than making this grand gesture, you can just literally sidestep and just be like, okay, bye. That's it, right? And yes, I feel like energetically this person is feeling it already. They already feel the fact that you are no longer available, okay? That you will be departing. That you're already energetically departing now. And that, you know, when they maybe approach you, you're gonna reveal that, yeah, you are done. No, gone and gone. Like, gone for good. This person may feel quite left out. They might feel emotionally bruised. I would say their ego is going to be more bruised than anything. Right now I'm not getting anything that shows me that emotionally they're going to be suffering really hard from this. I feel like they may have already felt that when they felt the loss. They may have felt sadness, but I feel like now it's more going to be an emotional bruise for them. And that may be the thing that kind of makes them want to try and find another way to win you back or to have you stay within their life in some capacity. Like I said, they might not even want to be in a relationship with you, but they don't like the fact of you being gone completely. They still want your energy. They still want you accessible. They want to know there's still a chance that they could get you back if they did choose that, right? So if you're gone for good, then that's a hit to their ego essentially, which is all very selfish, of course it is, but that's what I'm getting. Like, there's nothing here that makes me feel like they want to keep you around because there's real love in the situation. It feels more like about their ego, that they don't like the fact that you are cutting them off energetically, pretty much. Okay, so in regards to these external influences, Death card in reverse, you have the Lovers in reverse again, and you have the Knight of Wands in reverse. Sorry, my brain just kind of froze for a second there. I think I'm a bit tired, but yeah. I feel like pretty much you're just kind of You know this person is not going to let things lie. I think you know that. I think you know that they're going to resurface at some point, even if they're playing it very quiet and cool now. Because they know what they want. And they don't want to, at the same time, they don't want to feel like they have to chase you. They don't want to chase you, but they don't want to let you go either. So they're stuck in this weird energy of like, okay, I'm not letting this situation die. Like, I refuse to let this person leave my life entirely. However, I'm not willing to chase after it either. So I'm going to find another way to make sure that I keep this person in my life because they're mine. That's what I'm getting from it, which is kind of toxic, actually. It's very toxic, so I don't like that as the energy of this person, right, in this situation. Of like, I don't want to be with you, but I don't want anyone else to be with you. It's that kind of energy, which is really selfish. I really don't like that. But that's what I'm getting, like, no, I don't want to be with you right now, but no one else can be with you. Like, you have to be available for me when I want you. It's like, what the hell? No, like, just cut that person out and do what you want, okay? Like, it's your life. Okay, so clarifying the Ten of Swords in reverse in your hopes. You have the Two of Cups in reverse and the World card in reverse. So, oh, Cancer. Yeah, I think you're really worried that you're going to be duped again, and that with this new, I feel like there is a new connection that's kind of playing out for you, and I feel like some of you are, like I said, you're either going to be getting into this connection, or like if you're not already in this connection, I feel like you're scared it's never going to come together even though you want this connection. I think for those of you already in it, you're scared that this person's going to change their mind, or they're going to do the same thing this person did to you, or you know, it's going to go the same way or whatever. But I don't feel like that will, unless you don't learn from this and you do the exact same things as you were doing in the past, which I don't see that so far, right? So it all depends on you, but you're afraid that you're just going to be repeating the same cycle, you know, that nothing's going to change, like the same situation, just different people. But I'm not seeing that. Okay, and in regards to your hopes, the Judgment here, you have the Empress card. Nice. Okay, so this is you, Cancer, and you have the Six of Cups. So yeah, you really wanted to, you're hoping that as a result of all this, this person is going to wake up and smell the coffee and see that you are a damn Empress, okay? Even if you're a guy, it doesn't matter. This is talking about energies, okay? It's going to see, they're going to see your worth. They're going to see how amazing you truly are as a person, what you have to bring to the table, that you are well sought after by many people, and that you're abundant, that you are someone that you can build like more than a life with, but an empire, okay? Like, this is it, right? This is what the Emperor wants. Someone of the Emperor energy wants his Empress, and that's what they're going to realize, because whoever this is, he's not an Emperor, he's the King of Wands, right? But he's going to realize that you are the Empress, right? Like, don't get mixed up with the genders, okay? Like, don't think it's like a him and a her, like, it's literally just energy, okay? But this person is going to realize this is what you are, okay? And they're going to wish that they gave you what you deserved, right? And I think you're hoping this as well. As much as I feel like this will happen, and it's probably already happening as you pull away energetically, I think you're hoping that this person realizes, you know, so that maybe next time when they find themselves in this kind of situation, they'll think twice about disregarding this person's feelings, or, you know, playing games, or, you know, saying one thing and changing their mind the next, or just, you know, up and leaving, or cheating, or whatever it is that they did, right? Or just, even like I said, just constantly changing their mind back and forth. People do that a lot. So I feel like, yeah, you're just hoping that next time they're not going to take someone for granted like they took you for granted, because you care about people and you know what it feels like, and you don't want to, you hate to think that someone else would be treated like this by this person. So yeah, I think you're hoping that basically this person, he, she, they will learn from it, right? Okay. And then clarifying the Strength card here, Leo energy, in your possible outcome, you have the Four of Cups in reverse and the Two of Pentacles in reverse. So yeah, I think it made you stronger, it made you wiser, it opened you up. And I feel like now that you're dealing with the hurt and now you're starting to open your heart space again to a new situation, you're not going to reject it. You're not going to reject this offer that's coming in. There's going to be a really beautiful offer that I feel like is coming in, guided by the universe from this new situation. And you're going to accept it, you know. You're not willing to not acknowledge it, you know. You'll be like, why the hell would I do that after everything that has happened? You know, of course I'm going to take it, you know. I'm going to accept it because it's what I want. And this person is what I want now. You know, not this person who did this to me. This is the person I want, so I'm going to accept it. And I'm ready for it. You know, I'm open to it and I'm ready for it. And that takes strength, okay? When you've been through a heartache, or, you know, especially when it's like supercharged with like karmic lessons and stuff, it takes a great deal of strength to open your heart space again, you know, to someone new and take a risk on new love. So that's commendable. That says a lot, Cancer, okay? And then with the Two of Pentacles in reverse, it's like, yeah, I mean, whoever I'm dealing with, they need to know clearly what it is they would want. And, you know, essentially, I think they will. I think you will both know exactly what it is you want. There's no mind games. There's no back and forward. There's no indecision. None of that shit. Like, you're both going to be very much on the same page, right? So you're just going to be moving forward in tandem as a unit, which is exactly what you want. So this is a very beautiful reading in the end, actually, Cancer, that while you are navigating some murky waters still, you are still healing in some ways, you're going to be presented with an opportunity to speak your truth, to say how you truly feel. And you're just going to sidestep. You're not going to do anything dramatic. You're not going to make any grand gestures or make a spectacle out of it. You're just simply going to walk away. Like, that came really strongly with the Eight of Cups, clarified by the Eight of Cups, and the Eight of Swords in reverse. That was crazy. Like, that's literally you taking your power back over a situation and saying, no more. Like, I wish you all the best, but you're gone from my life. Goodbye. You know, I'm focusing on me and this new chapter now. And you're just heading off into the sunset, you know, with your head held high, you know, your energy intact, and feeling pretty good about yourself, feeling empowered, right? Feeling like, you know, you're not stuck within this karmic situation anymore, that you've released yourself, you've freed yourself, right? So Cancer, that's very empowering. I hope that helps you. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this reading or found it useful, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And yeah, I'll do another reading for you very soon. I'm not sure if I will jump into another shadow reading yet, because I did one for you guys very recently. But I'll let you know which one's going to be the next reading in a matter of days. So yeah, for now, take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.